I want to apologize in advance if any children are heard in the background of this video because I have nieces and nephews here and they are loud and they don't take naps, and I really miss that time in my life, and kids just don't know how good they have it when they can take naps in the middle of the day. So if you hear thudding, screaming, banging on the door, which is most likely going to happen because they are looking for me and they will eventually find me, then that is the cause. Hey everyone, it's Jayla. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing the mid-year book freakout tag. If you see me wearing the same shirt as in a previous video, no you didn't. And you know, I was supposed to be doing a Six of Crows video, and then I just decided that creativity was not my strong suit and decided not to do it. Maybe it'll come later, but so now my shirt has nothing to do with the video and I could just change, but I'm not going to because I'm lazy. So anyway, speaking of, shout out to Katie from Katie Can't Read for hooking me up with the Etsy spot for this, because she had like a Ravka college shirt or something, and I was like, oh, I want something like that for Six of Crows, and she was like, they got it. And so I have this really cool shirt now that's like Ketterdam Crow Club, and then it says Fifth Harbor at the bottom, and it says Ketterdam University in the middle. I just love it a lot, okay? It's really cute. So yes, today's video is the mid-year book freakout, which was originally created by Chammy, and I think their name is just Chammy now. I think they changed their YouTube channel, but this is just like a video that talks about where you are as of the middle of the year. But for the first one, what's the best book I read in 2020? Leave your comment down below, because I think it should be clear if you've been here since like January. If not, hi, welcome, and you're about to learn. The best book I read in 2020 was Black Sun by Rebecca Roanhorse. Just, do you not look at this cover? Look at the content inside of it, except don't, because spoilers. If you haven't read this book, you need to read this book. This is an indigenous fantasy set in the pre-Columbian Americas, and it is so good. The world building in this book, phenomenal. The characters are also interesting. The political intrigue is there. It's just, such a good book, and I just cannot wait for the sequel. I need to go do some research. I don't know if we have a title, if we have a release date or anything yet, but I am obsessed with this book. I have been talking about it since I read it in January, and it is the thing that's kind of brought me the most joy in my life, I think. Like, I think about it every day still. And I'll never stop thinking about it, because I'm just so happy when I have this book in my hands, when other people are reading this book because I told them to, when I see other people talking about it on their Instagrams. It's just, I can't not comment like, yes, the taste that you have is immaculate. So good. Read this book. Read it. Read it. Are you going to read it? Are you listening to me? You should read it. You should read it. The best sequel I've read in 2020 so far would be Actor H.E. Brown, or Heartstopper Volume 3. Both of these were delightful reads, and they only kind of, I mean, this wouldn't technically be a sequel, it's more of a companion, but this is the third book in the Chloe Brown books thing. I don't know what you'd call it, but it follows Get a Life, Chloe Brown, Take a Hint, Danny Brown, and then you have Actor H.E. Brown, all by Talia Hibbert. And then we have another Volume 3. Okay, this is the third book in the Heartstopper graphic novel series about these two boys, Nick and Charlie, who start dating at their high school, and it follows their journey exploring their sexuality and their first real relationships and things like that. And it's just so sweet, and neither of them disappointed me at all, because they're both so wonderful. Both have really important discussions in them as well, so they're not just light and fluffy, and then you still have that balance of perfect like romance. And these are definitely like two of the best sequels that I read this year, and I will probably be rereading them this year because I need escapism, and these bring that, putting aside that they also make me sad and lonely. A new release that I haven't read yet, but I do plan to read very soon, or in October, I haven't decided, would be House of Hollow by Crystal Sutherland. This is, I don't really know much about it. I know that it's about sisters and fashion, and I think the sisters end up disappearing, and then they show up like a few years later just on the same curb that they'd been kidnapped from. Again, I'm not explaining this very well, but I know there's kind of a mystery element, there's a horror element. Just look at this cover. It is gorgeous, and it is mysterious, and I need to know more. But it follows weird kids, has spooky vibes. I follow the author on Instagram, and she always posts these really cool things about the fashion in the books and what inspired it, and so that's been really fascinating to watch. And I'm just very excited to read this. I've heard nothing but amazing things. And the reason that I'm either going to read it now or in October is because it's a horror book, so I want to read it during spooky season. But it's came out like in April, I think. And so I want to read it very soon because like obviously the buzz is happening. It makes me want to read it. But also I want to get to it right now. But I don't know. I think I'll save it for Halloween. I have a ton of other books I need to get to on my TBR anyway, but if I do pick this up, don't be surprised. For this one, let's see if we've got an answer to my questions, because we need to know. Untitled, Between the Earth and Sky, #2. Oh, there's not even a release date. And I already know I'm going to hurt myself, but let's look for Ninth House #2. Let's see what we can do here. Oh, I see Sherilyn's about to start it on Goodreads. Hey, Sherilyn. Hope you enjoy it. All right, let's go. Give me a release date, please. I mean, I knew it was going to be the case, but okay. So neither of those. I was going to say either Black Sun #2 or Ninth House #2, but neither of them have release dates. So I guess kill me then. That's fun. Ooh, one that comes out this Tuesday is The Jasmine Throne by Tasha Suri. And this is a fantasy, like an adult fantasy. I don't really know much about it except that it's sapphic and it's like Indian mythology, which I love. So I'm very excited to read that. That's going to be June 8th if that comes out. I know there's like a maid and there's a princess and there's love and then there's escaping the kingdom, I think. I don't really know, but maybe they switch places. Again, I don't know anything about this, but I'm very excited to read this one. And I need to read Tasha Suri's other fantasy series as well. But that came out already. This has nothing to do with that question, but I kind of want to stan her, so I got to get on that. Oh, Sylvia Moreno Garcia has a book coming out. I forgot about that. Although, ironically, leading into the next question, which is my biggest disappointment, I'm going to have to go with Gods of Jade and Shadow by Sylvia Moreno Garcia because I read this just assuming that I would love it because it's Sylvia Moreno Garcia, and then, unfortunately, I gave this like a 3-star. And definitely a low 3-star, not like it was an okay 3-star. Like, I was really disappointed by this book. So I not only need my SMG fix, I also need to have her redeemed in my eyes. Not that she's not worthy. Like, who am I? Who am I? I don't have any talent. My opinions don't matter. But for me, this book was not the best, and I know she can do so much more than what she did in here. And so I'm very excited for the other releases that she has coming out, but this one was my biggest disappointment. I talk about this in my March wrap-up, I want to say. Maybe it was February, I don't remember. But I can link it up in the cards if you'd like to go watch and see my thoughts on this more in depth. My biggest surprise will be The Bone Witch by Rin Chapeko. I really, really enjoyed this novel with no expectations when I was going into it. I simply knew that it was a book about a girl who can do like necromancy and stuff. It was just very unassuming. I don't hear very many people talk about these books. I'm so excited to be continuing the series, and the books are on their way to me in the mail, so I just know that I'm gonna binge it and it's gonna be great, and I gotta go read everything else Rin Chapeko's written. But that's all I have to say about this. I did just talk about this in the wrap-up I filmed literally right before this one, so I guess I say more there, but I probably don't. It's probably the same rambly squealing that I just did now, so biggest surprise. I'm so happy I read this. Can't wait to keep going, and I'll let you know my thoughts. Favorite new author, a debut or new to me author, and that is going to be Micaiah Johnson, who wrote The Space Between Worlds, and I was just completely blown away by the talent that Micaiah Johnson exhibited in this book. She's a really great writer, and she has amazing ideas, and she puts so much thought into what she's saying, and like, it's not just a sci-fi book, it has so much meaning to it. So I really, really enjoyed this, and I can't wait to read anything else Micaiah writes because I know that it's all going to be incredibly genius. So if you haven't read this book and you like sci-fi and you like dystopian and you like cross-dimensional travel, this is the book for you because it is so much more and it is just such goodness. Okay, the next question is my newest fictional crush. Take your guesses. I feel like I've talked about this man a lot, but if I haven't, it's not your fault. I don't want to simp too hard on Maine, you know? But my newest fictional crush goes to... Ew, I hate the face I just made. My newest fictional crush is Nikolai Lantsov, who is in the Grishaverse. I know him primarily from Shadow and Bone, but he does have a spin-off duology that I haven't yet read, which I really need to get to. So, him, king, love him, haughty, charming, smart. If I could put in an entry for White Boy of the Month, it would be Nikolai, because I love him and I'm obsessed with him, and I wish we had him in the Shadow and Bone show, just like a taste, just a little tease so that I could see him, just so I could know who's playing him, because I need to know. I need to approve it. I need to give it my stamp. And I'm very worried about what the direction they're going to go in is, because I just know they're not going to capture exactly what I need him to look like. Pray for me, because I'm going to be crying if it's someone ugly. It can't be just any white boy, okay? It can't. I have to approve. For newest favorite character, this is a bit premature, but it is going to be Every Single Person in the Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. I am only 100 pages into this book, but I love these characters. This is going to be a new favorite series for me, I can tell. Or at least a new favorite book. I don't know how the series is going to go. I don't know if there's like a book that everybody hates or something, but a lot of people love the Raven Boys series as a whole, and I can see why, because I'm starting it and I'm really, really, really enjoying it. I'm reading this with Lana from Lana X Libris, and we were just talking about how much we love the characters. Blue is a really great character in here. We both talked about how we expected the YA protagonist in this book to be kind of bratty, or maybe fall into the I'm not like other girls trope, because it's just kind of the assumption based off of the premise, which is like her hanging out with a bunch of boys. But I really enjoy Blue as a character, and I don't think she's any sort of like bratty or pretentious or anything, and she doesn't judge other girls, as far as I know. I'm only 100 pages in, so it's really too soon to say that this is going to be like a bunch of my new favorite characters, but I love everyone in this, even the assholes, so this is my answer for this one. Maybe it will change by the end of the book or by the end of the series, and maybe I'll be able to narrow it down to just one person. But for right now, every character that has appeared on the screen is amazing, and I love this book. Okay, the next one is for a book that made you cry, and I haven't really been crying this year, I feel like. I don't feel like there are any books that made me cry. Yeah, I can't really think of a book that's made me cry this year, but I'm gonna go back to Black Sun, because there are some scenes in this book where I'm like, oh my god, not him having all his hard work destroyed by some mean dude. Him being Serapio. It was like a very small scene, but it really hurt my feelings what happened to him. So I'm gonna go with this one. I definitely didn't cry, but either I teared up or I was just like, no, like, don't do this to my baby, cut it out, stop it. And it made me feel things. A book that made me happy was, I would say, From Blood and Ash, but I'm not going to talk about that series anymore. I've just spent too much time on it. But I'm going to go with Actor E.G. Brown again. Hi, making its second appearance, because this book made me so incredibly happy. I think Eve is my favorite sister. I cannot choose a favorite couple just yet. I really have to think about it much longer, because even though I read this in like March, I still don't know who my favorite couple is. Maybe it's them. Maybe it's Eve and Jacob. But this book made me so happy. Every scene, even when they were being mean to each other, which didn't last very long at all, I was just living for it. I thought it was so funny. I thought their romantic chemistry was so on point. I just really loved Eve's story, because it's like her trying to get her life together, and it's very hard to get your life together. I know from experience. The most beautiful book I've bought so far this year I'll give this title to The Poppy War, because I got the Illumicrate editions, which means the sexy, smoky edges and like all this stuff, all these details about the book, and it's just so it's just so good. She's just so sexy. But I would also just direct you to my entire Illumicrate haul, because every book in there is gorgeous, and there are many books to show from that are just like so beautiful. What books do I need to read by the end of the year? Finally, what is my favorite book to movie adaptation? I do not have an answer for this one, because I feel like I have not watched that many movies that were made out of books, or if they were, I just did not know it. But yeah, I haven't been watching a lot of movies this year for sure, because like I usually go to the movie theaters and they're not open, and I don't know, I've been like watching the same few shows on Netflix over and over again, so not really doing any book to movie adaptations, but I'm excited to see Dune when that comes out very soon, and I need to read the book, so we'll compare those, and maybe that'll be the best movie adaptation I see. And the only one. So that's all for today's tag. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please like it, and comment down below if you have any thoughts on any of my answers or any of the questions. Follow me on my social media down below if you're interested, and subscribe to my channel if you want more content from me. I'm going to leave a host of people tagged down below in the comments, so I hope to see their videos very soon. And that's it for me. I'm done talking. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in another one soon. Goodbye.